and there's a lot of things to find out. But traditionally, yes. Like before we started, you were talking about the area where you live, and just about 10 minutes from you, having this really interesting geomagnetic signature. What we find is that things that have a good paramagnetic value respond to geomagnetism really well. In those places, the crops grow better. In those places, the plants are hardier. They're more resistant to disease and to insects, and they grow better. Typically, the people also live longer. There's just a lot of supporting evidence around this aspect of geomagnetism being used very consciously, especially by many ancient cultures. So we find that the best materials are found near these very sacred, almost all of the areas with high geomagnetism are used for sacred purposes. Like I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but you said that Parthenon was actually built using the marble mined from this geomagnetic quarry. Why would they have done that? Well, it's obviously because it has some sort of spiritual significance to it. It's able to alter, even if they didn't have the terms of magnetism they understood that when they were near this thing, they felt closer to what they perceived to be as the divine. And such to the degree that building an enormous, beautiful temple complex with that particular stone is important to alter the consciousness of humans to be as close to the gods as possible. And so in order for humankind to really master its own potential, to be as evolved as possible, we need to, and always have, regardless of the culture on earth, needed to be as close to the divine as possible. And when we can see from that perspective, it changes everything, because now we can use our hands and our intellect and all of the things of the human paradigm to perform things that the divine itself would perform on nature. And so, like you said, it's not that we're trying to play God or that we're trying to become a god or become gods. That's not the purpose of alchemy, nor has it ever been. It's that humankind was gifted and graced with the intellect and the ability to work with nature as nature works with herself. And when we understand these principles and understand nature as a fractal component of the divine, now we can see it eye to eye. We can become friends, we can become lovers, and work together for the proliferation and the benefit of everything together, instead of just being the effect of our environment, the effect of divine flow. And in that, the stars are very important to that. The electromagnetism of the stars and of the planets, those play an enormous role in geomagnetism. And therefore, because we are electrochemical, everything that's growing and living is electrochemical. And so every electrochemical creature responds to geomagnetism in a way that is somewhat unique to their species, but it always helps and elevates that expression if they are around a good, strong geomagnetic force.